This is Dabu 7. In terms of the world that we live in, everyone knows that anything big that was to happen to the stock market would affect all of us. Even though many people don't understand the workings of the stock market, many know, and you've heard, that it's rigged. Now, when I say that, I don't just say it without having any evidence. If you've been following me, you know that for the past few months, several big banks have been busted, manipulating different stocks, and that none of them have had a single person go to jail. But if it was one of you that did half of that, you would be going there. And this is the thing. We just had DB Bank, I said this before, fined $157 million for manipulating currency markets. This is probably some of the biggest information or breaking stories that are happening. The whole game is rigged. Big companies are getting busted. They're getting a smack on the wrist. They're being fined chump change, millions, when they're making trillions with a T. Not with a B, with a T. So this continues. Now we have BNP getting fined, which is a French unit, being fined $246 million after their traders have just been found to still be using chat rooms to rig FX trading. They've busted them through and through. Taking people's money, theft on the grandest scale. You were talking about manipulating the markets. They have been busted. Not a one going to jail. A slap on the wrist. Fined. And it's the truth. It's not fake news. It's the truth. But this isn't something you're going to see on your evening news. Because all across the country this evening, as millions of families turn on their TV, they get the same scripted story. Very little news, couple local events, the weather, sports, it's over. You ain't going to hear anything about these big companies getting caught, which they are. They're being fined and they're being cut loose to continue doing this. This is criminal. This is stealing. And yet, the Fed is going to allow it to continue? You people need to start looking at the bigger picture. Who's pulling the strings? Who is getting busted? Pulling all the strings, manipulating the whole game, and allowed to walk away. If it was any one of you, you go to prison for life? Does anybody care? Is the question. Do these reports put out these videos? But this here, the full, flat-out rigging of your markets, the writing's on the wall. There isn't a question. It isn't an old folklore, a conspiracy theory, anything like that. It is a fact. Multiple companies and banks across the globe getting busted by the Fed for rigging your markets. Trillions of dollars of assets getting fined chump change and allowed to continue. Does anybody care? And you wonder if it can all collapse. Well, hell yeah, it can collapse when they're rigging it. The whole thing's being propped up is what you need to see. And that's the truth. It's Dabu 7. Eyes open.